Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another playthrough of Aeon's End. Today we're going to be playing against Wayward one, which was a nemesis from the Wave 1 of content. He starts with a position chart like this, and this position token will move along that. And your spells are either aligned or misaligned depending on the position and which breach they're in. And misaligned spells do half the damage rounded up to the nemesis or minion to which it is misaligned. I've set up the nemesis deck as usual. We've got the life dials. The market cards we're using are Searing Ruby, Recurring Jasper, Unrefined Blaststone. For relics, Ether Conduit, Vim Dynamo. And then for spells, Spectral Echo, Lava Tendril, Feral Lightning, and Imbued Smash. So those were random using an app that I have on my phone. So we will place those back into the market. The mages that we're going to be using today are Soskel from the New Age wave of content, and Reeve, who came, I believe, with one of the expansions to the Wave 1 content. So Reeve is there, and Soskel there. So Soskel has the energized token mechanic, so you can place an energized token on any player's breach, and then when a player casts a spell from a breach that has an energized token on it, that player gains 1 charge, or you can use a special ability to discard an energized token, and that player gains 4 life. So yeah, that's everything for setup. Reeve is going to be the white, Soskel the green, which will determine obviously the turn order. So Nemesis is red, Reeve is white, and Soskel green. So I think that's everything, and we can get started. And the first turn is Soskel, so I will prep that, and then I have his lucky coin, and 3 crystals, and I think I will buy a lava tendril for 4. Place that into the discard, and we draw up to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's all I can do for this turn. The next turn is Reeve, so I will prep that for 1, and then I think I will spend 2 ether to focus this breach and prep that spark, and then I have Obsidian Shard, and I think I'm going to take 1 damage, so go down to 9, and that will get me an additional 2 ether, so I will have 3 to spend, and I'll buy a Spectral Echo with that. And then we go on then to the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the next turn is Reeve again, so I will deal 1 damage to the nemesis, which goes to 59. I have 3 ether. I will cast that as well, which 58. Now that is a misaligned spell, but it's the damage is rounded up, so it would deal half a damage rounded up. So that's 1 damage. I will prep that, and then I will spend the 3 ether to open this. It only costs 2, but so I will have 1 left over, but that's all we can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so the next turn then is the nemesis, and we get a power card, Woven Sky, to discard 3 cards in hand. It's a power 2. Unleash, any player suffers 4 damage. So it's a power 2. And we put that there. And then the next is Soskel. So I'll cast this, dealing 1 damage. 57. I will prep that, and I think I want to I will buy a Searing Ruby. And next then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the last turn has to be then the Nemesis, so that goes to 1. And we get Blinking Terror. This minion is aligned to position 3. Any player loses 1 charge or suffers 2 damage. Okay. So that's number 6. And we go on then to the next turn. We get Reeve. So I will cast these 2 to deal damage. So that takes it to 4, because remember, despite being misaligned, they round up. I'll prep those. And I think I will I have 3 here, which doesn't really buy me anything that good. So I think I will discard these 3 cards to get rid of this power card. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the next is Soskel, so I'll cast that. Goes to 3. I will prep Lava Tendril. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 here. I think I will just open this. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's Soskel again, so because this is misaligned, it will only do 2 damage, and I think I want to do that, so I will do 2 damage. I'll prep that. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 here, and I actually have 6. So I have 2. If I want to buy a spell, I can spend 2 plus 1 is 3, 4, 5. So I would have 1 left over. And I think here, I probably want to. Let's turn. I think I will buy a Searing Ruby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the next turn goes to it's Reeve. So I will cast this for 2. Which goes to 55, and then I'll cast this for 1. So we got very fortunate there with the turn orders, because I was able to get rid of that minion before it actually had any effect. So I have 3 here. I think I will buy I will focus that. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the last 2 turns then have to be the Nemesis. And we get a power 2. So if any player has an aligned spell, a player with an aligned spell suffers 5 damage. So that's a power 2. And then the last turn is obviously the Nemesis. Any player suffers 2 damage. Any player discards a misaligned prepped spell. So I will take 2 damage to Soskel, and I will discard no, actually I will discard this. And next turn then, it's the Nemesis, so that goes to 1, and we get Eye of Nothing. It's a power card. We can discard it for 6 ether, and power 2 unleash twice. So that's a power 2. The next then is Reeve. So we will cast this for 1. So take that to 54. I if any player has an aligned spell, a player with an aligned spell suffers 5 damage. So I don't want to prep anything to breach 1 there. So I have 1, 2, 3 ether here, and I think I will just focus that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next is Soskel. So I will cast that, 53. I will prep that. Again, I don't want to be in breach 1. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 here. I don't have enough for that. I think here I will just focus this breach. Yeah, let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the next then, it's Soskel again. I will cast this for 52. I'll prep that. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which I'm going to spend to discard this card. Well, actually, no, I won't. I have 2 plus 1 for a spell is 3, so that would be 6. So it's probably going to make more sense to spend 2 plus 1 is 3, 4, 5, and buy, I think I will buy an Imbued Smash. And then I have 2 left over, which I will use just to buy a charge. So, yeah, let's do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the next turn then is, it's Reeve. So, I will cast this for 2, although maybe it's better to leave that. No, let's cast it for 2. It'll only do 1 damage because it's misaligned, but and then I will use 3 ether to open this. Prep that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the last turn has to then be the Nemesis. So we resolve this. If any player has an aligned spell, a player with an aligned spell suffers 5 damage. So no one has an aligned spell, so we managed to get rid of that. Okay. This goes to 1, and we get Haze Spewer. It's a persistent effect. Gravehall suffers suffers damage equal to this minion's current life. Then this minion suffers 1 damage. So that has 5 health. And we go on then to the next turn. And it is the Nemesis. So this resolves, unfortunately. Unleash twice, so shift position. Then any player discards an aligned spell. I will discard this. Then we shift position again to breach 3. I think I will discard or take 3 damage to Gravehold instead of discarding. So that's that resolved. Haste Spewer, Gravehold suffers damage equals to this minion's current life. So we go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that minion suffers 1 damage. So it goes to 4. There we go. And we get Unleash twice. The player with the most prepped spells discards their most expensive prepped spell. Ooh. So we shift position. Any player discards an aligned spell, so we can't. So this Gravehold has to suffer 3 damage. So 19. And then we shift again. No one can, so we go to 18, 17, 16. That's very painful. The player with the most prep spells discards their most expensive prep spell. So we both have 1. I will discard that. and that's that turn. Next is Reeve. So prep that and that. And then we have 1, 2, 3 here. I think here I'll buy a Spectral Echo. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next is Soskel. So we can, I think I won't cast that, but at the end of my casting phase deal 1 damage. So I'll deal 1 damage, and then I'll prep that, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I could lose a charge and gain an additional 2 ether, so I would have 6 to spend. And I think I might actually do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's do that. I'll lose a charge, so I have 6, and I think I'll buy another imbued, or actually, I'll buy an unrefined Blaststone. Yeah, let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next turn then is Soskel again. So I'll cast this for 1. Actually, instead of casting the 1 on the last turn, I should have done it to this. So 3. Yeah, we'll go to 3 here, and then I will cast this on this turn for 3 damage, which takes it out, and I'll cast this for 1 damage, which goes to 50. Prep and prep, and then we have 2, 3, 4, and so we have 4 ether, or we can spend 5 on a spell. And I think I will buy a Feral Lightning. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next turn then, it's Reeve. So I will cast these 2 for 1 damage each, which goes to 48. 48. And then I will prep that and that. And I have 3 ether then. And I will use these to buy a charge, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the next turn then has to be the Nemesis. And we get unleash twice, any player suffers 2 damage. So shift position, we will discard that, and then shift position again. And I think I will discard that as well. It's painful. Any player suffers 2 damage. I will suffer 2 damage to Reeve, going to 7. So yeah, that's not good. Next is Nemesis again. Venomite, 9 health. The player with the lowest life suffers 2 damage, or any player discards a prep spell that costs 3 or more. So that has 9. And we get there. Next is the Nemesis. The player with the lowest life suffers 2 damage, or any player discards a prep spell. I don't want to discard that, but I think I'm going to take 2 damage here. So 5. And then we get unleash twice, and Gravehold suffers 3 damage, or place the most recently discarded minion card in the Nemesis discard pile back into play. and that would be Haze Spewer. Ooh. So if we unleash twice, we go there, and Gravehold would suffer 3 damage, and then it would be another 3. So we would go to 10 damage on Gravehold. I think I'm going to place Haze Spewer back into play. Can't take too much damage to Gravehold this early, I don't think. Yeah, so let's do that. And now we have 2 uninterrupted turns. So we have Imbued Smash. I will deal 4 damage to this one, so it goes to 5. There we go. I can discard a card in hand to deal an additional 2. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I will discard a crystal to deal another 2, which goes to 3. I'll cast this for 1, goes to 2, and I have 3. Actually, no, I won't. I'll deal the 1 damage to this guy. So 4, and then I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can destroy a card instead of gaining 3 ether, I can destroy a card in this card's supply pile to deal 3 more damage. So I will do that, which takes out this guy. And then I have 2, 3, 4, or 5 if I want to gain a spell. And I think I will gain another Imbued Smash. And then I will put... I'll discard in that order. And we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's me, a Soskel again. I'll cast our prep, and I have 3 ether here, which I will just focus that breach. And then I'll actually prep it there instead. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now the last 2 have to be then Reeve. And we get... So we want to be able to destroy that minion. So I think on the next turn we should be able to. And I have 1, 2, 3. I could take 1 health of damage, but I don't think I want to. So I think I'll just buy another charge. We're really struggling for ether. Reeve is 2, 3, 4, 5. And the last turn has to be then Reeve. So I will cast this for 2. Plus 1 is 3. We go to 1. I'll cast this and take that out completely. And then I will prep those 2. And I have 3 to spend. Another 3. Darn. I'll just buy another charge, I think. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So next turn then is Reeve again. So I will cast this for 2, which goes to 46. I'll cast the other one for 1, which goes to 45. I will prep that and that, and I have 1, 2, 3. So I think I'm going to have to take 4 or 1 point of damage and go to 4. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think I will just buy a Searing Ruby. I need some ether. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the next then is the Nemesis, and we get Needle Maw. So Gravefall suffers 2 damage. It's a persistent effect, and he has 11 health. And the next is Soskel, and I think I will cast this for 3 3, and I'll use that to go to 42. I'll cast this for 1, take him to 10, Imbued Smash, Feral Lightning, and then I have 2, 3, 4. I think I will buy 2 charges. Actually, instead of doing the 3 damage from Lava Tendril to the Nemesis, I think I will just do it to Needlemaw. We need to try and get rid of him as soon as possible. And that's my turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the next turn then is Reeve. So I think I will. So 5, 6, 7, 8. I think what I'm going to do is I'll cast this for 2 plus 1 is 3. So I'll go to 42 here. I'll cast another one for 1, so 41. I'm going to prep that, and then I'm going to spend 2 to buy my last charge. I'm fully charged up. I can deal 5 damage. Ooh, 5 damage to a minion. I should have dealt, instead of the 3 I dealt to the Nemesis using Spectral Echo. I think I will deal it to Needlemaw, so take that to 4, and then I'm going to use this, deal 5 damage to a minion and 3 damage to a different minion. So I'll deal 5 damage to Needlemaw, which kills him, and there is no other minion, so that's that. And that's the end of that turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next turn then is the Nemesis, and we have power 2, shift Wayward 1 to position 4. Gravehall suffers 8 damage. Players may collectively discard up to 2 aligned spells. For each spell discarded this way, prevent 4 of that damage. So that's going to be a difficult one because none of our breach 4s are open. So let's see if we can how we can get around that. So last is Soskel, and I think here I'm going to cast this to deal 4 damage, which takes it to yeah, that's only going to do half the damage. So I'll deal 2, and I can discard a card. 3, 4, 5. I think I will discard the crystal to deal another 2, which will only be 1 because it's misaligned. I'll cast this for 3, so it goes to 1, 2, 3, so 38. 3, 4, 5. I think here I'm going to focus that and prep a spark there. And then a prep Imbued Smash. I could alternatively, yeah, I think I'll have to do that to try and prevent some of that damage from the power. 2, 3, 4, 5. And we move on then to the next turn, and it is Reeve. So cast that for 2 plus 1 is 3, so it goes to 35. I cast that for 1, 34. Prep those 2, 2, 3, 4. I could spend, I think I will buy an Imbued Smash, Feral Lightning. Actually no, an Imbued Smash is probably better. Yeah, let's do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we go on then to the next turn. And it is the Nemesis, so that goes to 1. And we get to discard, spend 7 ether. To power 2, the player with the most misaligned prepped spells suffers 3 damage and discards 2 cards. So next turn then, it's Soskel. That's not good. So I'm going to have to cast this for 1. So 33. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I could lose a charge to get 2 more, which I think I'm going to want to do. Yeah, I think I will. I won't cast that. So I'll lose 1 charge to get 3 from that instead of 1. And then 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to spend that 7 ether to get rid of that. And we go on then. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the next turn is Reeve. So we're short. So we'll cast that for 2. Goes to 31. We'll cast that for 1. Goes to 30. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to stop that unless Soskel can. That's disappointing. So we have 3 ether here. I think I will just buy a charge with that. If we had 4, we could have focused, but we can't. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think Gravehall is going to get 8 points of damage. And the next is the Nemesis. So yeah, shift Wayward 1 to 4. Gravehall suffers 8 damage. Players may collectively discard 2 aligned spells. So we can't do that, so we go to 8. Not good, not good. Warper, this minion is aligned to 4. When a player deals damage, that player must deal damage to this minion. We're struggling. We're struggling. And the last then is Soskel. So we have 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to cast this, deal 4, which gets reduced to 2, so that goes to 7. I'm going to discard a crystal to deal another 1, which goes to 6. And then I'm going to spend 2. Oh no, I'm not. I can't. I can't discard that crystal. So I'll prep that there, and I'll spend 4 to focus this breach and prep the lava tendril. And we draw back up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So move on then to the next turn, and it is Reeve. So we can still don't have enough. I will cast this for 3. Round or half of 3 is 1.5. Rounded up is 2, so 6, 5. And I'll cast that spark for 4, or for 1, which takes it to 4. Prep the spark there. Actually, no, I will prep Imbued Smash. Prep that and that. And I have 3 here, and I'll just buy a charge with that. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we go on to the next turn then. And it is Soskel. So I will cast Lava Tendril for 3, which goes to 1. I will cast that for 1. And it's destroyed. And then we have Feral Lightning, which I'll prep to 4. And Imbued Smash, I'll prep to 1 with 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're just short of being able to open that. I think I will spend the 6 to open this. Actually, no, I won't. I will use the second part of that, destroy a card in this card's supply pile to deal 3 damage, which I will do there. So 27. And then I have 2, 3, or 4 if I want to buy a spell. And I think I will focus that for 3. So we can discard that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the next turn is the Nemesis. And it is unleash twice. Any player with the most open breaches destroys 4 cards in hand or suffers 4 damage. So unleash. I think I'm going to have to discard that. I can't take any more damage to Gravehold. And unleash again. I'll discard that. The player with the most open breaches destroys 4 cards in hand or suffers 4 damage. Ooh. I'm gonna have to destroy these. I can't suffer 4 damage, otherwise I'll be exhausted. That was very, very painful. Wow. Okay. And the next, another one. Jagged one, unleashed twice is the persistent effect. It has 14 health. So we are into the big cards now. Next is Soskel. Wow, okay. So this I could deal 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I'm going to have to try and... I'm going to cast that for 4. And I will discard a crystal to make it 6. So that's 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll cast that for 3, so taking it to 5. I will prep that, and I have 1, 2, 3, which I will use to open that, and I think I will just prep that there instead. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the next turn then is Reeve. So we only have 1 ether. I can suffer 1 damage to get 2 more, which would be 3. That's not nice. I think I'll go to 3 to gain a charge. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the next turn then is the Nemesis. So unleash twice. So we shift position. Any player discards an aligned spell, which I will. And then we shift again, and Gravehold has to suffer 3 damage, going to 5. Wow. Power 2, if any player has 2 or more misaligned spells, a player with 2 or more misaligned prepped spells suffers 7 damage. Next is the Nemesis. Oh my god. So we unleash, it goes to 2, and then we unleash again, and Gravehold is exhausted. So unfortunately we could not defeat Wayward one. Yeah, wow. I thought we had an okay chance with this market setup. We got quite a favourable. I rate Imbued Smash quite highly. Feral Lightning's quite strong as well. Maybe Reeve didn't have enough economy in the early game to really get going. There was quite a few turns where we had like 3 ether, which wasn't enough to buy a gem, and all we could really do was either buy that, spend 2 on a charge, or focus one of our breaches. So yeah, that was an interesting one. Very, very unique Nemesis. always kind of ducking and diving, trying to get your aligned spells. I'd be interested to hear what anyone thinks on this one. But yeah, I don't really know what else we could have done there other than what I've already mentioned. But let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts. Otherwise, I think I'll call it a day for today. And yeah, hopefully you can join again next time.